What's everybody?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh boy. My name is Zach, and this is Pretending to Be People. We are a role-playing podcast, and we are playing the game Delta Green, but it's not really Delta Green. It's an amalgamation that we have come up with that is a mixture of the role-playing systems Delta Green and Pulp Cthulhu. With all that nerdy shit out of the way, for the rest of you listening, this is a collaborative storytelling experience that you will be listening to over the coming weeks. I am here with Joe.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Luke.
I'm Luke.
And Thomas.
I'm Thomas.
Having heard many stories from other DMs, GMs out there, I consider myself to be extremely lucky with the group that I have been blessed with.
As a player, same.
We have been playing together for 3 years now. This is our third campaign. We ran 2 10-month-long Delta Green campaigns where we played weekly, and we've kept the exact same group ever since. I am fully in love with this game. Thomas, what's your experience with role-playing?
I started with D&D, like a lot of people, and wanted something a little more story-based and less mechanics-driven. I didn't like sitting around for 30 minutes while the wizard took his turn. So Delta Green was perfect for that. It's all about character interaction and like solving this mystery together. And combat is very simple, quick,
And rare.
yeah, and violent. You're shooting guns at each other. It gets over with quickly. Like you said, we've been playing together for the past few years. That's been the highlight of my week that whole time.
I'm Luke. My role-playing experience in high school, I played Dungeons & Dragons twice. The group that I played with didn't take it very seriously, and our DM took it very seriously, so we were not invited back to play. And then after that, the next time I played was Delta Green with Zach and Thomas and a couple other people. And yeah, I loved it. I've pretty much constantly been playing it since I started playing with this group.
Thomas actually texted me kind of out of the blue one day about wanting to do a D&D game with some mutual friends of ours. And I think unbeknownst to him, I had already been kind of wanting that. I'd been listening to podcasts and watching shows on Twitch and things like that. So we did it. It was awesome to have that all of a sudden pop up. That group didn't last for very long, but pretty quickly after that dissolved, Thomas again asked if I wanted to join you guys. And I said, fuck yeah. And you guys seemed to like me, so I stuck around.
We were big fans. You brought an element of seriousness to our table,
which I think
ability.
yeah, much needed.
That had not existed there before. I remember the very first time that you role-played with us, you were playing Taylor, my wife's partner.
Yeah, you gave me a couple options for characters, and I picked the FBI agent because
Yeah.
I'd seen X-Files.
And then we had one of our best sessions to date right then and there. It was amazing.
Right on.
He brought the energy, for sure. I'd never met Joe before I played with him. Now I see him every week.
Hey, baby.
I hope that you guys become our best friends the way that I have become best friends with my role-playing group.
Yeah, as we wiggle our way into your ear holes each week, please also invite us into your hearts.
And to your parties.
Yeah, invite us to your parties.
Buy us beer.
We really like drinking.
Drinking, marijuana,
Yep.
if you're offering.
Are you offering?
Are you offering?
Hey, internet,
Listener,
are you offering?
are you holding?
P.O. Box. I think it's worth mentioning that Zach created all of this stuff. We don't know anything that's happening. We try to not talk about it too much outside of the game. We really want to be surprised by each other and by Zach.
Yeah, and actually one of my favorite things about this group is as we've come to play together for longer periods of time, we've kind of talked and you guys have given me full reign to fuck over your characters, which is a very fun thing to give your DM the right to do. And I try to take full advantage of that. There are a couple parts per episode where I will have written the description of a character or the description of a place, but outside of that, everything is improv.
It is also a closed game.
Oh, that's a really good point, Luke. So we play a closed game. So anytime one of these characters goes off on their own, the player also sits in the room with just me and we go through what happens. That way, the players can keep secrets from each other.
Secrets
as
and
well.
lies.
Secrets and lies, the name of the game.
That continues outside the podcast, too. We try not to talk to each other about what's going on in the game too much, just because we want to be
We're
surprised.
gonna joke about us having lots of
We have
secrets and
lots
lies.
of secrets.
It's kind of scary. It's kind of violent.
Oh yeah, this
It is a horror mystery.
Yeah.
This is a horror mystery.
Graphic content warning.
You
for
may
the
see
queasy.
that there is an explicit tag on all of our episodes. This isn't just because we use the fuck word. It's also because a lot of the descriptions within the story are going to be gruesome and brutal, with hopefully a lot of comedy involved.
Come for the heart, stay for the gore.
Come on the heart, stick it to the gore. Come on the gore.
Come in the heart, two in the stink.
It gets a lot worse than just shooting people.
Yeah, it can be pretty icky, but don't worry. We bring enough warmth and humanity
And humor.
and humor.
Hopefully humor.
We hope you think it's funny.
So we got together and we created a small town together that this story would take place in.
Contention.
Contention is the name of this fictional town in this fictional universe that is based loosely on our own world. People could easily relate this to X-Files or season 1 of True Detective, pretty much anything that has a creepy supernatural ambiance to it. But we're also going to try
Twilight.
to keep it funny.
Like that.
Case in point.
With awesome Twilight jokes, just fucking constantly.
We're on the bleeding edge of cultural relevance.
We recorded this in 2011. Basically, what we've done is we've set up a story in which these 3 guys are playing police officers of this small town of Contention. We did this for a couple reasons. It's an easy way to get them involved in a mystery within their small town and have the power and the free time to look into said mystery. Very excited to have our friend Justin involved in this podcast. He will be the first voice that you hear, as Justin is playing Wolf the Dog, the AM radio DJ in the town of Contention, who will be our narrator and introduce each episode. He is also responsible for creating the original music that you will hear backing this podcast.
Justin did all of our music except for the intro.
Except for the intro, which was done by Kudzu, a band from our hometown of Springfield, Missouri.
Kudzu. Look him up on Bandcamp.
Thank you, Kudzu.
Thank you, Kudzu.
We also recorded in the nude. You should know that.
In a
Nude.
very hot room.
In a
It's
hot room.
Sweaty. That's why we take our clothes
Covered
off
in molasses.
for sustenance.
But we have a very, very specific rule. You're not allowed to eat your own molasses.
No, only your friend's molasses.
Yeah, we eat molasses.
So thanks everyone for downloading and listening to our first episode of Pretending to Be People. We hope that you continue to listen. Now let's get that AM dial in position to 694.2 and hand it over to Wolf the Dog.
What's up, my babies? It's Wolf the Dog coming at you from 694.2 PTBP Contention's newest and only radio station. Some of you surrounding listeners might not know Contention like we all do here, but it's a small, quiet town about an hour west of the city. Now, the date on this here calendar says it's December 1st, and let me tell you, it's a warm one out there. Dogs are barking going crazy, and I've been seeing a lot of homeless folks lately. But, be kind to those. Throw a little change their way for your old buddy Wolf the Dog. And I want all you listeners out there to wish Police Chief Maggie Cook a very, very happy birthday. And now we're gonna throw a wild one at you today. It is kudzu with no backbone.
You heard it here first, folks. Jim Belushi, not a good actor.
Yeah. Hot take.
Hot takes.
So let's go ahead and talk characters before we begin here. Joe, you are playing
I'm playing Clark Bishop. He's a 17-year vet. Hasn't risen up the ranks, kind of because there's not a whole lot of rank upping to go. But he's a little bit sad about the fact that he's still where he is in life. But he also takes a lot of pride in his job, and he's okay at it.
Luke, what character are you playing?
I'm playing Keith Vigna. I am a 29-year-old police officer. I grew up in Contention, and then I had big aspirations, moved to the city where I became a police officer, was not that great at it, and they kind of transferred me back to the town just to get rid of me.
Bad
much.
cop.
I'm not a bad cop. I'm just a bad cop.
Bad at copy.
So yeah, I'm bad at copying, but I'm not a bad guy.
You're also kind of freshy too, right?
So I probably been on the force under a year.
For sure, new kid in town.
I'm Keith Vigna, the new kid in town, but I'm from town, but I act like I'm from the city. I'm a big shot.
Big for your britches.
My britches are big. And that's Keith.
You got big pants?
Huge pants.
Are you a small man?
I have
or
to
are you
wear
small man, huge
suspenders
pants?
and a belt.
That's a lot of. That's a lot to hold up.
I know. That's how big my pants are.
Yeah, and how small your waist is at the same time, or
I think I'm an average sized person. That's just it shows you how huge these pants are.
Oh, those are big pants.
those are some giant.
Think
pants
like
on you.
think whatever you want.
Can you not afford nicer pants?
If you're big for your britches, wouldn't your pants be very small?
I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm too small.
Hey boy, I think you're too small for those britches.
Hey man, you should get some self-esteem. You really need to not be so down on yourself. Fucking fill out your britches, you know?
I'm Keith fucking Vigna, and I can wear whatever size pants I want.
Wow. See, and that's true confidence.
Oh man, somebody needs to tell Keith those pants don't fit. Is he wearing 2 belts?
2 belts, 3 pairs of suspenders, and they're super glued to my body.
Thomas, what character are you playing, and what kind of pants does he wear?
I'm playing John Lee Pettymore. He is from Contention. He's a local boy. He wears pants that are a little too tight.
Okay.
Probably.
How tight is a little too tight?
Just enough.
Noticeable? Mm-hmm. Bummer.
Yeah. Not for the ladies of Contention.
Ayo.
Some of his extended relatives are kind of ne'er-do-wells. He might not always see the rules as unbendable. He knows how they do things in Contention. More importantly, in the hollers outside of Contention.
What are you guys wanting to do with this thing?
Have fun.
You want to have some fun?
I want to have some
I
fun.
want to have some fun.
I don't wanna have
I want
fun.
to get a little spooked. I want to get a little spooky.
No.
Yeah, I think hopefully it's going to get spooky.
I'm only interested in total iTunes chart domination.
I want to be so spooked that my huge britches are plenty wet at the end of the night.
some big old wet britches.
I want to fill my
Soaking.
britches.
You got so much extra fabric. That's a lot
I know.
of...
I can have a big old load, take a big old dump in my pants if I need to, and nobody will know.
Nobody, I think they'll know.
Well, everybody will know, but nobody will tell me.
Pass an alertness check. See his huge little britches.
These britches are ready to go. I'm ready to just jump on in.
Ready to jump on in? All right, well, our story does begin on an unseasonably warm December 1st in a small town called Contention. A thin mist can be seen under the streetlights on an empty country road. The inside of the Contention Police Department, however, is cozy, warm, and bright. A smiling man sits behind a large secretary desk littered with papers and snack wrappers. He has a round baby face and small teeth, and he is wearing a sweater vest over a shirt and tie. This man's phone rings. This guy, by the way, he's the secretary in the office. He's like the office
Are his
manager.
gums big or is his
So
teeth
he's
just
got-
small?
Yeah, that was an interesting detail.
He's got small teeth, but he's got gums that stick out. I kind of picture him as like,
So, like small teeth, but very, very healthy gums.
oh, those are some real
He's
healthy
been flossing.
gums. You can absolutely see a half to 3/4 of an inch of gum in
that's
between teeth and
hot.
top lip.
Yikes.
It's almost as if his top lip is receding.
It's succumbing to the gum.
It's a common occurrence.
Exactly. Yeah, he's wearing a sweater vest over a shirt and tie, and his phone rings, which happens often
Luke,
in the
we,
office.
we cannot be vaping on mic all the time. We're going to sound like assholes.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to get out of the range, but
You
it's
weren't.
not going to work. Yeah, sorry. Tell me if this works.
I can't tell how much of that was ambient and how much of that was
I don't think it was in the headphones.
This will be an edited podcast, but not so tightly edited
Yeah,
that I can
I'll,
get all the vape juice noise.
I'll refrain from just going overboard.
Quick technical question. Do you have each of our mics on a different channel?
I do have
Could
all of
you-
your mics on a
if you
different
needed
channel.
to, you could turn somebody
I can
down.
absolutely
post.
in post.
just
Every time I vape, I'm just gonna do this, and then you can turn my mic off.
he's in the middle of a sentence.
Not only can I, but I will do that. Also, Luke, your food is at the door.
Oh hell
So
yeah!
go do that.
Okay, I'll
Go
be
get
right
your
back.
food.
Check this out. He was like, "Yeah, what are you guys doing today?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're just playing some Dungeons and Dragons." And he goes, "Oh, that's cool. Have you ever heard of Delta Green?" And
Dude, for real?
Hell
No
yeah.
way.
I shit you not. I'm like, "That's actually what we're playing." And he's like, "No way." And I'm like, "Yeah." What?
Did you tell him we're recording a podcast?
I didn't tell him that, but
You didn't sell?
was- yeah,
you gotta
that-
sell, man.
First fan, right at the door.
like he said that, and I was just like, "Are you? No one has ever heard of this game before."
No shit.
What'd he look like?
He
Just kidding. We know what he looks like.
yeah. Well, imagine if I had your beard.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys should have a baby.
I think we could make a good
I think
looking
I need
baby.
to grow a beard real quick because I'm the odd man out here.
That's true.
Get it going.
Okay.
Oh, it worked.
How's it look?
It's great. Burly.
Okay, so this guy, his phone rings and he picks it up like before the first ring is finished.
The big gum guy.
Yeah, the big gum, small teeth fella.
I apologize for the noise that's about to happen.
Shit. You want to eat your sandwich?
Yeah, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop and let you eat.
Okay.
Okay, so you dick. So his phone rings and he picks it up before the first ring is finished.
Drew Andrews, contingent PD. What is your emergency? Oh my God. Oh, that is insane. Yeah. Yes, of course.
And he looks at all of you.
This is definitely an emergency this time. The dogs over in the old neighborhood have been howling for over an hour straight. Do we need to send out multiple of you, or just do you think everything's gonna?
Just send Ray.
Oh, okay. I'll get him on the phone.
The day is closing up and it's probably around 5 p.m. And Drew Andrews, this man with the gums and the small teeth, comes out from the back room and he's got a little cupcake. And it's got one candle in it, and the candle's lit. And he goes over and knocks on the door of the chief of police of Contention.
Chief, we got a surprise for you.
She comes on out. It's a small little birthday celebration for the chief, Maggie Cook. She's a strong, fit woman with a dark bob and intense eyes. Always in uniform, this woman. You've never seen her not wearing her uniform. He pulls out this little gift that's wrapped, and she opens it, and it is a new journal. And you guys would know that she always has a blue journal with her, like a notebook everywhere she goes, and it's this specific brand that she likes. And so this one is yellow.
Oh, so now you have one of each color. Isn't that? It's neat.
Thank you so much, Drew. I really appreciate you doing that for me. This is really sweet. Kind of looks around the office at you guys.
Clark goes ahead and gets in his desk, kind of rummages for a second, and he pulls out a little box of chocolates with a bow on it. Happy birthday, Maggie.
I should have seen this coming, Clark.
Yep, I know you like them, so I thought I'd do it again this year.
They're my favorite. And she opens the box immediately and pops one in her mouth. Happy birthday to me.
Can I have one?
Oh, yeah, of course, Clark.
I grab one without asking. I go into my desk and I pull out like 2/3 of a bottle of cheap bourbon. Here you go, Maggie. Happy birthday, Chief.
She looks at it and she's kind of like, "Oh yeah, this will go.
No, it's not your brand.
This will go nicely with the 3/4 of a bottle that I have sitting on my bar cart from last year."
Yeah, well, happy birthday.
Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. And then you all kind of look over at Keith, who
And I'm sweating because I had no idea that it was her birthday. This is my. I've been here for like a couple months maybe.
When you are sweating, she looks and there is a box that's sitting in the room. It's this white box with a black bow on it. Oh, Keith, you wrapped this present beautifully. I thank you so much. I had no idea that you would have even known it was my birthday.
Yeah, I don't pride myself on giving the best gifts, but I do pride myself on wrapping the best gifts.
She grabs it and she starts opening the bow and she opens the top of it. Oh my God. And she immediately walks back into her office and closes the door behind her.
What
whose
did you
box?
get her, Keith?
I didn't. That was not mine. I didn't even know it was her birthday.
You fucked up.
Who was that? One of your guys' boxes, or Drew? Was that yours?
I go over to the box and see if there's a tag or anything
So
on
she
it.
took the box in with her
Gotcha.
into the office.
Drew, do you know where that box came from?
No, I didn't see anything come in. That's really strange. It was just here, I guess, and
It was probably Ray.
it might have been Ray.
And right about that moment, the chief comes walking out of her office and she is completely broken down. Tears have clearly been streaming down her face. Her face is red. You've never seen her in this emotional state before.
Keith, what the hell did you get her?
It was not mine.
She immediately walks from her door out of the office.
Chief?
Doesn't even pay attention, takes off, and is gone.
Did she have the box in her hands?
No.
I feel really bad. I'm gonna go into her office and see what was in that box.
Yeah, you messed up this gift, buddy.
So when you walk into her office, it's neat. It's like a super organized
so neat.
office.
What a cool place.
This is great.
She keeps saying pretty,
I want to be the
pretty
chief
organized.
of police
Yeah,
someday.
she's very organized. And you look inside this white box, and there's no like wrapping or anything inside of it. There's no paper or anything.
Is there a tag or anything on it?
There's no tag on it. There's just 3 items inside the box. It is a flower. It's a rose. It's a single rose. There's a hard hat, just like a straight up normal white hard hat, and a black silk bow tie.
I want to plop that hard hat on my head, see if it fits.
It fits.
Cool. I'm gonna put it back on the box.
Role playing.
Yeah. I'll go back out into the main room and tell them what I saw. I come back out. I have the box in my hand. I'm like, does any of this mean anything to you?
And I asked the DM, does any of that mean anything to me?
I don't think any of these things would particularly stick out to you as having any intrinsic meaning.
Cool.
That's a weird collection of things there.
The phone rings as you guys are talking, and Drew picks up in his same like nervous, hurried voice again. He's just like,
Drew, Contention PD, what can I...
and he's talking in the background as you guys are talking.
I wonder what's up with those dogs.
I go into her office and look in the box, and I pick up the tie, and I want to see if there's any is it monogrammed in any way? Is there anything on the tag? Any sign of any
No.
ownership?
Nope.
Okay.
Just a very plain black silk bow tie. It's untied. Drew is on the phone and he hangs up and he looks at you guys and he's like, fellas, somebody found a body out at the junkyard. I think this is an actual emergency, you guys. I don't know. They hung up immediately. It was a woman's voice, and she said that there was a body at the junkyard, and that we needed to come out and look at it immediately. And she's kind of slurring her words.
Did you get her name?
She just said Julie, and then stopped immediately, talking after that, and just hung up. I don't know what happened, but there was I heard something kind of not break, but I heard something kind of. There was a noise. And then she screamed a little bit after she said her name, and then she hung up immediately.
And you said it's out at the junkyard?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go check it out.
Okay, so you guys all have individual police cars that you can take, or
Yeah.
you can ride together. Or you can do
I think
whatever
we
you
should
want.
all take our own cars just in case.
I'm with you.
I take a pull of my bourbon off the chief's desk before I go out.
Any complaints from the other 2 officers
I
there?
don't think they see that.
You do it sneaky.
I don't know Petty Moore well enough to reprimand him, so I just kind of turn a blind eye to that. And
Okay, so the 3, you go ahead and grab that pull off the bottle before you head out, and the three of you are going out. It's a dark night. I'd say it's pretty nice. It actually feels more like fall than it does winter at this point, December 1st. But there's like a light mist coming down. So I would say it's real dark out. You got the street lights guiding your way. The Junkyard sits on the far southeast corner of town, and it's where the old mine was. This is an old mining town back in the 1800s, and the Junkyard is out on top of where the old mine was.
Throwing junk down the shaft.
That's, I mean, honestly, just filling it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so you guys are going to drive from downtown out on a few country roads to get out there. And so...
That wasn't supposed to be innuendo.
Throwing the junk down the shaft.
Down the shaft. That's actually the motto of the Junkyard. It says that on the sign.
Throwing the junk down.
Shaft throwers.
Piston Junkyard. Shaft throwers.
We can do better.
Yeah.
Let's return to that.
So you guys are driving out there. It's night. As you're going out there, there is a car coming from the other direction that is flying, going maybe double the speed limit. It's probably 45 out here, and this car is going 80, 90 miles an hour.
What is our order?
Clark's
Clark's
in
probably
front.
first.
Okay.
Well, I'll be second because you were busy taking a pull of your bourbon before you hopped in the car.
It
So
takes so long to
Yeah.
drink.
yeah,
Yeah.
he savors it.
Swash it around his
Yeah,
mouth a little
smelled
bit.
it.
Yeah, Jim Beam.
This was a $13 bottle of bourbon, gentlemen.
That's the
Beam
good,
8
Is that
star.
the good stuff for John Lee
Gotta
Pettymore?
appreciate every sip.
Tin high.
He knows what's out there, but $13 is $13. to
Okay,
John Lee
so the
Pettymore.
three of you are driving down this road, and this car flies by you. Is anyone pulling off? Or you
I'm gonna
guys
get on
still
the
going?
radio and say, "Who's gonna take care of that?"
Yeah, I'll get that.
Okay, I want to see a dead body.
Go get him, kid.
So Keith Vigna and Clark Bishop continue on to the Junkyard, and John Lee Pettymore turns his car around, and I immediately, if the lights weren't on, I assume that they are on
Yeah,
now, and you're in chase mode. So go ahead and roll me a drive check, Thomas, to see if John Lee Pettymore can catch up and successfully pull over this car.
All right. John Lee Pettymore.
What's your drive?
In his younger, he's got a pretty good drive, 70.
Oh, nice.
He used to drive World of Outlaw sprint cars.
Hell yes.
Plays a lot of Forza.
Oh, 20.
Nice.
Nice. So you just flip it around and immediately are on the tail of this car.
It looks pretty cool.
It does. The car is slightly swerving and also still going probably 80 miles an hour, but she is about to hit more into the town and less of a country road. You're going to go ahead and want to pull her over as soon as possible.
I do that.
Nice. So go ahead and roll luck for me.
Yeah. Why did I put those dice away?
Let's keep those dice, at least those percent. We're playing percentage dice.
Oh, not only, okay, 55 on a 50, so
Oh,
crit
this is
fail.
a great way to describe how this game works. So he had a 70% in drive being the skill, and he rolled a 20, which is a success. So you want to roll underneath your score. If he rolled a 22 with the tens dice matching, that would be a critical success. And then if you roll above your skill,
Which just happened.
which just happened, it's a failure because your luck is 50, right?
Yep.
And he rolled a 55, which the dice match and it's above, which means it is a crit fail. The car in front of you loses control and immediately crashes into a telephone pole, smashes at 80 miles an hour into it.
Oh fuck!
And you, with that drive pass earlier, you immediately can pull over however you want to. So are you going alongside, in front of, behind? Like, how are you pulling up on this?
Her car just smashed into a telephone pole.
Smashed
and
into a
stopped.
telephone pole and
So
stopped.
I'd pull off right in front of it, and I'd run and make sure she's all right, or the driver is all right.
As you get there, you see that the windshield is completely smashed open, and there's no one sitting in the driver's seat.
Fuck!
I get out my flashlight. Oh, I don't have to have an accent when I'm describing my actions. I pull out my flashlight. I get out my flashlight, and
Yeah.
I immediately start searching the area. I'm looking for, it's cop
It's
shit, man.
very clear. She is like,
Was she thrown?
she was thrown clear of the vehicle, and she is alive. You can actually hear her like screaming and moaning about 20 yards away.
Woof.
Yeah, yikes.
Oh!
God, I'm glad I had some bourbon.
It honestly sounds like an animal dying.
I call the county hospital immediately to get an ambulance out here.
You can
and
already hear the ambulance.
I rush too. These guys are good.
They're very good at their job.
I rush over to her and see what I can do.
Okay, roll medical check of some sort.
Gonna have to be. I've got no medicine skills, and I have 10% first aid.
Yeah.
20.
Oh.
That's a fail on the first
is a
aid.
fail, yeah.
She looks great. No.
I don't see anything wrong here.
Why are you crying?
Ma'am, stop resisting.
Her face is split wide open, and she's bleeding profusely, and you have absolutely no idea how to stop bleeding of the face.
Sure as hell don't.
Cutting to the two of you who went out to the junkyard, you guys pull up, and the headlights are shining through an old rusty chain link fence, and through the end of the fence, you see at the end of the light's reach of your headlights, the ground is splattered with blood, and a lifeless body is crumpled on the moist dirt about 20 yards past the fence inside this junkyard.
Is the gate locked?
The gate is locked.
Is there barbed wire?
There is barbed wire.
Ooh, I was gonna climb over, but I got better sense than that. Plus, my big britches might get caught on the barbed wire.
I bet you guys have some cutters.
Yeah.
Cruisers.
Well, hey,
Shut up, Thomas. You're not there.
can we get a hold of who owns this place?
The Pistons. This is the Piston Junkyard,
like
and
the NBA team?
Yep, the Detroit Pistons.
Hey, Clark, do you have
the
a
junkyard in contention.
what's Big Boss Piston's name?
So you would know it's two brothers who run the Piston family.
two
It's
brothers.
Leo and George, and they are the Piston brothers. I think that Clark Bishop would know these two from back in the day.
Clark, you got Leo or George's phone number?
You can probably get a hold of Leo.
Sure do.
Okay, give him a call. Come,
Yeah.
have him unlock this. I don't want to have to cut through if we don't need to, but let him know it's a serious situation.
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
The phone rings like 6 times before there's a click, and then you just hear this.
Hey, Leo.
Hey,
Leo.
hey,
Hey.
damn.
Hey, it's Clark.
Clark?
Hey, we've got a situation up here at your yard.
Clark who?
Bishop with the contingent PD. You know me, Leo.
Hey, Clark.
We've got kind of a thing going on up here at your yard. We need you to come down here and let us in.
In the pig farm?
No, your junkyard.
Oh, the junkyard. Okay, well, I'm busy.
Leo, I wouldn't call you if it wasn't important. There's something real bad might have happened.
Okay, I'll get my keys and I'll be down in a second.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay.
So a old truck pulls up. It's like a beat to death old truck, probably from like the 50s, and it seems like it was taken care of for a long time, but hasn't been taken care of recently. Rust is starting to grow on it. And he pulls up, and a large man in overalls covered in pig shit gets out.
Yum.
Kind of waddling, I guess is the right word, towards you guys. And he's got this big circle ring of keys that he's already like in the darkness trying to thumb through, trying to find the right one.
Clark, I was busy, but I like to keep you guys. I'll be down here any time that you need. I'm just like to be a good citizen and help.
We know, Leo. We know. We
Hey, we're not
appreciate
making
it.
fun of this guy's mental health, are we?
No. Definitely.
checking.
This is what he sounds like. This is a character voice that I have chosen for this man. And just because he's not that smart and has a thick accent doesn't mean that he's not a fully fleshed out character and a human being
Whom we love and
whom
respect.
we love and respect.
Hey, Leo, do you... Leo, when's the last time you were...
Leo, you
And scene.
And podcast over.
Hey, I'm not here.
Cut it at Thomas's mic when he's not in the room.
And Leo, when's the last time you were here?
I had to come by to sweep up about 2 weeks ago.
You haven't been here for 2 weeks?
Bah.
Is George Was George here today?
Oh, nobody comes out here. Ain't nobody junks anything anymore.
Is it just you and your brother who have keys to this here?
Yeah, Kathy.
Who's Kathy?
Oh, it's George's wife. You know Kathy.
Oh, Kathy, of course.
Of course, we know Kathy.
I call her Katie, but gotcha.
All right, well, if you can go ahead and open up this gate. I don't know if
Her
you...
name's Kathy.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you take a peek over there, I think you can see why it's such a serious situation.
Oh, my... Is that a...
Yeah.
Well, I didn't... This wasn't me. Like, I didn't do
Leo,
this.
you are the prime suspect right now. Just kidding.
I tackle him.
He's so scared. Like, looking in his eyes, he is the scaredest boy in the world.
I slap him on the shoulder. I said, I'm just kidding. You haven't been here in 2 weeks.
He drops his keys and he's like, picks them back up. He's trying to fumble with them and he's like,
Okay, it's this one, and he goes over and he unlocks the gate. Can I go home now?
Yeah, could you leave that key here for us and we can get back to you tomorrow?
yeah, he's very quick with his fingers and he gets the key off the ring immediately and hands it to you and is like,
Okay, I'm gonna go home now.
Yeah, I don't think we would have. I'm not here, but I don't think we would have any further questions.
No,
or
I just don't.
a reason to detain this
Yeah,
guy.
we'll
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, hey Leo, we'll get that key back to you tomorrow, but we probably will have a few questions once we return that. Just nothing bad. Just be prepared to have a little conversation tomorrow.
Okay, I will prepare to have a conversation with you tomorrow.
Also, don't mention this to George because, I don't want you guys getting any funny ideas. Just kidding.
he laughs nervously and leaves.
Okay, let's open this and go take a peek at this body.
So you guys,
Get your poking sticks.
all right. So the gate opens. Two of you walk in, and you're looking around this junkyard. It is a massive junkyard. We're talking 10 acres of land. I mean, this thing is massive, and there's junk piled up every which direction. Right in front.
Can I
of,
roll to see if I find anything cool?
Yeah. Roll search.
Cooler than a dead body.
What's your search?
40.
Okay.
That's a 95.
A 95. You see a
Nothing
dead
is cool.
body. So seriously, in front of you there is a crumpled up dead body with blood splattered all around it in every direction, and it is sitting right in front of their basically the only building on this entire land mass that is kind of serves as like an office. It's a quickly put up, almost like trailer. It's got one door, one window kind of place, and it's got the sign on it, Piston Junkyard, all that jazz. And it's sitting, the body is like right in front of it.
I look over at Clark and say, I don't think we're going to need an ambulance for this one, but do you have that camera equipment, the lights and stuff in your car, or is that in...
I do.
Okay, you got it.
I'll run and grab that.
Let's go ahead and get that set up. We got to take some pictures of this, but you go run and do that. I'm going to take a
look
peek
around,
at it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I want to go up and inspect, see if I can see why this is a dead body.
Okay, so go ahead. Why is this body dead?
What
All right,
here?
we know one thing.
I'm going to interrogate the body.
Roll human. With your vast intelligence that Keith Vigna,
My 50 intelligence.
you can tell this body seemed to hit, there's blood splattered in a circular range around this body in every direction. So it looks like this body was thrown here or dropped here.
Is there any footprints or anything around, or does it look like it just became here?
It looking around, the ground is wet a little bit. It's like the ground is moist, and
Same.
there are no footprints in the area
Okay.
except for your own.
So it is since it's like damp or whatever. I would be able to notice footprints if they.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I return with the lights and the camera, and I go ahead and set up some good floodlights on the area
yeah.
and start just taking pictures.
Yeah. Let's take
of
some
everything.
pictures before we move this body for posterity.
Is
and
it
then
in front of the front door of their office?
It's just in front. It's like probably 10 yards away from the building, and it's not centered on anything in particular. It's just like there.
Do I, looking at the building, do they have any security cameras set up?
No.
snap some pics, and then I'm gonna. Is this face down or face up?
Face down.
I'm gonna roll him over.
That's the one.
Or him? Is it a? Can I tell? Or I'm gonna roll the body over.
When you roll the body over, cannot see its face, but it does seem to be the body of a woman.
Why can I not see its face?
Well,
Her
okay,
face.
you can see her face, but the face is smashed. completely,
Beyond recognition.
beyond all recognition.
This is not a great night for faces.
Ouch.
in
No.
A
contention.
lot of faces getting messed up in contention.
Can I see if does she have teeth or fingers?
It looks like she did probably have teeth at one point.
but not anymore.
Nah,
Okay, would
It's a
we be able to
bloody-
identify like fingerprints?
it's like a black bloody mess. And yes, there are fingers.
Okay,
I go ahead and get out my little
10, in case you're
10 fingers.
Yeah, in case you were wondering.
nice.
Look at these fingers, dude. These are great.
She's got
fingers.
all 10.
We can.
Well, we don't
hopefully
know how
we
many
can-
she started out with.
I hope
That's
she
true.
has committed a crime at some point. That way we can identify her in our database.
I just take my ink pad and grab a few
Yeah,
fingerprints.
fingerprints, got him.
So other than her face, which is smashed, is there any other visible injuries
Smashing, mostly. It looks like she took smashing damage from the
from
front.
all over, or just the face?
I would say it looks like from where she hit the ground is where like all of that.
I will.
It's where
I will
all
note
of it,
hit the ground. I look. Is there anything directly above us?
When you look up, the sky is above you, and that seems to be it.
Wow, that's amazing. The sky is up there.
I want to go through the pockets.
When you go through the pockets, there is a small piece of paper that is folded a handful of times. And this piece of paper is a thick piece of white parchment. On it is written in this weird black thick ink, and it says, "We is striking when the land gets darkness. Readying torches, hesitate not." You're looking at this body, and it is wearing what seems to be really thick hand-stitched clothing and leather boots. And then besides that note in the pocket, that seems to be all you can really garner from it.
Is there style to the note? Is it written like a poem? And does it have punctuation?
It has punctuation. It is, "We is striking when the land gets darkness, period. Readying torches, period. Hesitate not, period."
Okay.
But no, it's not in stanza form.
It's not formatted in a weird way.
It's
Okay,
just
cool.
written as it could fit on this piece of paper. So that was folded up a couple times and put stuffed into her pocket. So you're taking pictures.
That was the only thing in the pocket.
That is the only thing in the pockets.
How big are the britches?
Fitting.
Nice. I hike my big old britches up. I'm like, man, those are some nice pants.
I want to take a strand or two of hair and put it in an evidence bag.
Absolutely. Cutting back to John Lee Pettymore is at the scene, and the ambulance has arrived. They are going to ask you what happened.
Well, I was in pursuit of this intoxicated young woman, and she fucking smashed her car into that goddamn telephone and ripped her face open. I've not seen anything like that in a while. Obviously, sprint car race and you see your fair share of smashed faces.
Okay, so they're done. Like, as soon as they get that information, they're like, okay, well, we need to get her to the hospital. And so they start.
But you're still tagging
still
along behind them
You're
talking.
yeah.
The thing about race car driving,
So they
you gotta
get
have
her.
nerves of steel.
They get her onto a gurney of sorts, and it's not a gurney apparently, and it's
Gurney
made
of
out
sorts.
of bamboo wood and cheesecloth, and they get her in the back of this ambulance,
She
and
falls right through the cheesecloth.
she gets up and starts running. No, so
I immediately draw my sidearm.
so she,
Zombie!
So they take her away, and you can probably call Ray and have him take care of the cleanup crew and everything. But what do you do?
I'm going to go get my car bourbon.
Oh yeah.
Take a swig out of that to steady my nerves, and then I'm gonna check her car out. I'm gonna do a search. Probable cause out the ass.
Yeah. So, you're good to check the car. When you're going through it, in the back seat of the car is it's a Polaroid camera, and it seems to be from early Polaroid camera making days. You've never seen a camera like this. It's got the normal like chunkiness to it, but it's got some like weird glass tubes that go around it, and on it is a light that is red, and it has a viewfinder and a button to take pictures, and then a spot for the paper to go in and a spot for the paper to come out, and then all these glass tubes, probably 2 or 3 that like loop around from like one end to the other and stuff.
Are there any Polaroids sitting around?
There also, I forgot to mention, there is a Polaroid sitting in the seat of the car, in the shotgun seat. It is a Polaroid that shows the base of a tall building and a group crowding the entrance with fists raised. Everything in the picture is lit by torches in some of the people's hands, and the building is a slightly shiny pitch black. The entire picture is not fully like colorized. It almost seems black and white, but the light from the torches is giving off some sort of like a yellowy orangish tint.
Would you say maybe perhaps a sepia?
Yeah, almost a sepia tone on this picture. Does that strike you as odd?
That strikes John as very odd, and he goes and takes another fortifying swig off his bourbon.
Go ahead and roll a sanity check for me.
Ooh, hard fail.
Okay,
87.
so you're going to lose 1 sanity, and you're going to need to take that pull instead of just wanting to off of the old whiskey. So yeah, this is really weird. Like, you've never seen anything like this. You've probably not messed with Polaroids too much in your life, but you definitely know that if it shouldn't look like this. Yeah.
Are there any
exactly.
blank?
There's paper in the camera.
Okay, I want to try to take a picture.
You click on the button and nothing happens.
Okay.
You do notice that on this camera, where the red light is coming from, there is also a unlit green light next to it.
So the red light is illuminated?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, do I see like an attachment or anything that's supposed to go into this? Or a place for that to go? Somewhere that might activate that green light?
No.
Okay.
Does not look like it.
Can I just push it?
Push what?
The green light?
It's not a button.
Looks like this is not a button.
There are 2 lights side by side. One has a red cover, basically. One is colored red, and the other one
Right.
is colored green, and the red light is shining. The green light is not.
I just want to move the camera around and point it at different things and see if that changes what light
Okay.
activates.
John Lee Pettymore is standing on the side of the road as a light mist comes down in the darkness. He's all alone. And he is standing with a camera that is odd in his hands, aiming it at different things and looking at nothing in particular.
Wow, that nothing happened, but it sounded horrifying.
Yeah, nothing changes.
Okay.
As you go through the rest of the car, you get to the trunk, and in the trunk are
All that
multiple gas cans and a bunch of lighters and matches.
Classic firebug.
Yas. Oh, and also inside the car
I
was
make a note of that.
inside the car was a bottle of brandy, bottle of cheap brandy, about half gone.
Do you take a swig?
No, it's not my brand.
My brand.
So cutting back to the 2 of you in the
With
junkyard,
your special liver.
where did we leave you guys?
I guess we found that note,
Yeah.
and
I got the fingerprints and a piece of her hair that I'm planning on running.
what's the coroner's name here?
This is just the county.
Yeah, you can just call the county.
Okay, let's give them a call, see if they can figure out. I mean, I think I know what killed this person, but let's see what their professional opinion is.
What's your theory?
Their faces smashed them to death.
How do you think that happened?
That's what I want to find out.
Doesn't sound like you have a theory then, or know how this person got killed.
Well, I know that they got killed because their faces smashed. That's what I got.
Cause
so
of
far.
death being a face smash.
Cause of death, smashed face.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
there,
that'll
yeah.
do it for sure.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't want my face smashed like this.
Yeah, I'm done with that. Call the coroner in.
I want to do a little search around, like maybe like a 50-foot radius around this body and see if I can find anything of interest.
Okay, cool.
I want to go into the office that's right there.
Okay, sounds good. First off, you give me a search roll.
I do not pass that.
You do not find anything. And Joe, Clark Bishop is walking up to the front door of this building, and it is unlocked.
I go in.
It is a small room. There's only one room. There's a desk that is like literally covered in papers and garbage and a bunch of shit just everywhere. There's a couple chairs in there that are also covered with shit, and there's a bunch of filing cabinets. This place is deeply disorganized, and no one has been in here in a while.
I'm just looking. Are there any surveillance, any TVs that look like they were at least once surveillance?
There is one camera. It is in the corner of the room.
Can I follow its cord to see where it goes?
Yeah, and you would also see that it does point at the front door, which looks out the window.
Cool. But I mean, I want to see where it's...
Oh, where it's hooked up.
Yeah, where it's recording
So
to.
underneath the desk is like the CCTV.
I turn on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get a picture?
Yes.
Is there a VCR anywhere nearby?
Oh, yeah, it is connected. It's one of those TV VCR combos.
Lux.
So this is Joe doesn't know this. Would a police officer look at the tape in that VCR, or would he take it back to the shop?
You can do whatever you want.
I guess I'll just look
You
at it
can
there.
do whatever you like.
I'll look at it there.
Hey.
Okay.
I rewind.
Go ahead and roll luck to see if it was recording.
81 on a 70.
Baby, it was not recording.
Damn.
That would have really helped.
Would have been real nice and handy.
I pop in from my search and I say, hey, have you found where that camera leads to? Maybe I can do a roll and see if it was recording.
Keith Vigna talks about life in a really weird way.
Clark's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Nope,
damn it.
that's how life works.
Cool.
So you guys at this point could have Ray come out and watch the scene for the night.
Also, I want to give the chief a ring.
Okay, yeah, you phone the chief's. Do you call her? I guess her
His cell phone.
Yeah, it goes straight to voicemail. No ring.
I want to leave a voicemail. Hey, Maggie, it's Vigna.
Wake up, Maggie. I think I have something to say to you.
Yeah, right after you left, we got a call. There's a dead body out at the junkyard. I'd like to have your input on this. Give me a call back. Bye.
I think that was good. I
Love
think
you.
You did great.
Thanks.
Keith, did you just call the chief Maggie?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it was
You
her
know,
birthday, so we were all saying
I know.
that, but
I know.
this is work.
I know I'm new here, but I don't know. I like to have a friendly office space. Clark.
Friendly office space.
What do you call her?
Chief, if we're working.
Well, she's not. We're not at work. She left. I called her on her personal cell phone. Yeah, I'll keep a note of that.
You just might want to keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her back.
Oh my god. Hey Keith, it goes straight to voicemail.
Okay. Hey, hey, Chief. Sorry about that last voicemail. Everything I said was true, but I want to. I'm gonna call you Chief. Okay. Bye.
Clark is like, all right, that's good.
Yeah, I made up for it.
Good cover.
Okay, so we haven't seen John in a minute. I'm gonna radio him and see what's going on over there. What did that note that you found say again?
We is striking when the land sets darkness. When the land sets darkness.
Gets
darkness.
Readying
readying
torches.
Torches.
Hesitate not.
Okay. I want to radio John. Hey, what happened with that car? Is that taken care of or?
Oh man, her face is all smashed to hell.
Wait, this face is smashed to hell too. Do you think it's connected?
What? It could be.
Well, how did her face get smashed?
Poor driving.
Was she drunk or what was the? Are you drunk?
I never know these days. Vigna, you should have seen this face. This has got me pretty shook.
Well, what are you doing right now? Do you need help?
I'm just trying to make this camera work.
Okay, let's go see what he's up to.
So the three of you go back to the office, the police department, after Ray is going to take care of cleaning up the car on the side of the road that's been smashed. He's going to call a tow truck and let everybody know what needs to be taken care of there.
Well, it's about time he did something around
Yeah,
here.
he's also going to go out to the junkyard and keep watch over the crime scene for the night, which you put up crime tape and all that jazz.
I wanted to express to Ray that we do want the coroner to like autopsy. We want to
Absolutely.
cause a death.
Of
and
course,
everything.
yeah. And so you'll get that report back in the morning, and the three of you meet back up at the police department. You're probably all out in the parking lot. Now is about when you would either, I don't know, do you guys have personal cars, or do you take your cruisers back to your homes?
Clark definitely takes his cruiser back home.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
So the three of you are all in your cruisers, and you pull back into the police department's parking lot.
I walk in and talk to Drew, the secretary. Hey, Drew.
Hey,
You seen the chief tonight?
no, she hasn't come back in since she left abruptly.
She call or anything?
She did not call.
He looks through his messages.
She did not call.
All right. Will you give her a ring? And if you get a hold of her, you got to tell her we got some stuff going on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Clark goes to his desk, and he starts doing whatever he can in the office with the fingerprints and
So
the
you
hair.
can basically send that stuff in
Okay.
to county and get results back later.
I'm doing that.
Clark, you like to take those crime scene photos and things.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen a camera this queer?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. It looks kind of old with the glass tubing like that. I know they used to use that, some of them old radios.
Yeah, but this ain't a radio, Clark.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Does picture mean anything to you?
I look at the picture.
You look at the picture.
I want to look at the picture,
The
too.
picture is a Polaroid of a base of a tall building. There's a group of people crowding the entrance. Their fists are raised. Everything in the picture is lit by torches in some of the people's hands. And the building is a slightly shiny pitch black. But the only coloring that you see is from the torches, and it's like an orangish, yellowish hue. Everything else is black and white. Roll sanity.
I pass.
I pass.
Okay, you both don't see anything out of the ordinary from this picture.
Do
at
I
all.
recognize the building by any chance? Is it
No.
a place? Okay.
All right. Where'd you get this picture?
And honestly, you wouldn't be able to recognize the base of the building anyways, because it's literally just like a
Shiny
wall,
darkness.
like an exterior wall.
What was the driver's name? I assume we looked at her wallet and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Her name is Julie Maxwell, and
Julie
she lives
Maxwell.
in town.
Okay. I got this from Julie Maxwell's car.
Wait, is that the car you pulled over?
Yeah,
Julie
the one-
was the one that called in about the body.
Yep.
She's not going to be doing many calls with that face anymore.
Is she? Do we know her? Is she at the hospital right now? Is she stable, or are we gonna be able to talk to her?
You don't know.
I can call up there.
Okay, yeah. Let's find out. Also, that note said something about torches.
I read the note out loud.
Well, that's ominous.
Well, it's got to
I
be.
chant the note.
This has got to be connected. If Julie called in the body, she's got a picture of her. Is she in the picture? I
You
guess
found a note mentioning
torches.
We found a picture of torches. One woman's face was smashed. Another woman's face was split in twain.
What was Julie wearing? Did you see the body? Not alive. Have you seen her alive body?
What was
the
her?
hell
what
are
was
you
she-
asking me?
What was
What was
her
Julie
clothing
wearing?
looking like?
What was her clothing looking like? Let me stop to recollect.
Picture a single middle-aged woman who is stuck in the 80s now.
You remember your old friend Stacy and her mom? Mm-hmm. Wait, no. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Who's the one who still thinks it's 1985? Hey, she reminded me a lot of your friend's mom who still thinks it's 1985.
Oh yeah, Carol.
Carol.
Yeah.
She's got Carol hair.
Carol hair, Carol clothes.
All right, because our body, it looked like homemade stuff. I kind of wondered if they were together.
It's got to be connected.
Sure, but maybe our Julie's a suspect here.
It's getting pretty late at this point. You guys might want to call it for the night, and
Can I go ahead and call the hospital though, just to see?
for sure she's unconscious.
Okay,
She's
but stable,
alive.
Yep.
like not gonna die.
Here, let me roll.
Oh God.
Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, no, she's dead.
Julie Maxwell is
She's
succumbed
dead.
to severe blood loss.
No, she's dead.
She's
I just
dead?
rolled 100. She's dead.
Hey, remember when you
Dang
said,
it.
let me roll? It would have been tight if you just let us talk or something.
Nope, Julie Maxwell's dead.
Well, there was
yeah,
probably nothing more to gather from that thread. So
Yeah.
I think we can call this one case closed. Drive safely, folks.
I'm gonna go home.
All right.
Let's take a little,
Yeah, I go
sleeper
home.
and think about what I've seen today. This was my first dead body, and I'm kind of creeped, but also a little bit stoked.
Oh, yeah. Hey, go ahead and roll me a sanity for seeing that dead body. I forgot to have you roll that.
Oh, I got an 87. That should be good, right?
Nope. I don't think so. What's your sanity?
50.
Yeah, so you're going to want to head and lose 1. And just a quick note for you guys, we're going to run this as a sanity. We'll run as like a humanity tracker to see how much you care about humanity. Everything that you see that makes you doubt the like goodness in humanity will make you lose sanity. Also, anything that makes you think that maybe humanity isn't all that's here will make you lose sanity. So that's how we'll be tracking it.
I feel a little less like I give a shit about people.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Keith, who do you know in town? Like, who are your friends? Who's your family? Do you have anyone?
I've got, well, my parents. I grew up.
Go
here.
ahead and eat that mic. Go ahead and get up on
Sorry.
that mic.
Don't eat mine.
Yeah, I grew up here, but
Damn it, Keith.
my parents both passed away. I don't really have any like close family. I've only been here a couple months, so I haven't really made friends. I don't hang out with people. Really, the only time I see other people is when I'm at work. with
What's your
these
dog's
guys.
name?
My dog's name is Bean. I didn't know if you knew this or not, but
It looks like
I'm a
clitoris.
distant relative of those Bean Boys.
What?
What?
The Bean Boys.
The Bean Boys?
Bean Pond and stuff.
You have ancestral roots to the one
town.
of the founders of this town,
Correctamundo.
Cornelius Beans.
Cornelius Beans was my
Ancestor.
bunch of greats grandpa.
He is in your bloodline.
He's in my bloodline.
Between 2 and 4 greats.
Depending on how quickly they fucked more kids out.
I named my dog Beans.
You poop kids out. You fuck them in.
Oh, that's right. My bad. So, your dog's name is Beans. What kind of dog is it?
Golden Retriever.
And on a scale of how much you love it, it's a lot probably.
It's probably like a 10.
So, when you
It's
get home
dead.
that night,
Fuck.
Bean greets you at the door.
Oh, hell yeah. I thought it was
Sheen
gonna die.
Bean.
Hey, Bean.
And that is the most genuine role playing we've got on this podcast. Hey, Bean.
I'll
Hey,
play.
Bean.
I'll be Bean.
He licks my face, and I'm like, oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a
I am.
Scooby Doo. What's your nightly thing? Like, what do you do when you get
I'm
home?
gonna cook dinner. I'm gonna eat my dinner while I watch TV.
Yeah.
Probably fall asleep in my lazy boy.
Sounds good. What are you doing?
Clark doesn't have a lot in life.
Yeah.
But he's got his house.
Mm-hmm.
He comes home and he cooks his TV dinner in the microwave, and he sits down with his TV tray and watches Wheel of Fortune. And he sometimes gets the puzzle before they
I was
solve
going to say, does he play along or does he just watch it for fun?
Every now and then he gets a puzzle right before anybody else does.
Nice.
I was kind of thinking this guy's a real lonely, sad guy.
For sure. No, that absolutely makes sense. We can.
He maybe he has a connection with a checkout counter.
Exactly. Yeah.
A guy at the checkout at the grocery store.
I love
that He
it.
just kind of, they exchange pleasantries.
Does he know his name?
We know each other's names and we kind of know each other's hobbies.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So, what are you doing with your night?
Watching Wheel of Fortune.
Beautiful. And John Lee Pettymore.
John stays back a little bit, and he can't really shake this picture.
Yeah.
He's just kind of looking at it. And he probably stays in the station maybe half an hour, 40 minutes after everybody leaves, just trying to get his thoughts together.
Mm-hmm.
And then he leaves home and he hits up a local bar.
Okay.
Not leaves home, leaves the station.
Yeah. In uniform?
No.
Okay. So,
In my civvies.
okay.
He's wearing tight Wranglers, a tucked in pearl snap,
Yeah.
and a pretty fucking sick leather jacket. TBH.
Very cool.
I'm not going to say TBH again.
All good.
Listeners.
So you go to Clinkers, the local bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small bar, and all the windows on the outside are blacked out, but there are neon lights on the outside with different Busch Light, Miller Light, Coors Light signs, neon signage. And on the inside, it is a smoky, small room with 3 tables and a pool table and a bar. Harry is behind the bar as per usual. Harry Clinker, owner of Clinkers. And there's a couple regulars in there, nobody too important to the town, a couple guys playing pool.
I mean, his night, he's gonna get a Miller Lite and a slice of lime, and he's gonna play pool by himself.
All right. The next day, you guys go into the office, and immediately, Drew has a couple messages for you. 1, a city council member's dog is missing. 2, there's a house on the south side of the old neighborhood where the door is swinging open and mail is piling up. And 3, there was an oil spill out southeast of town on a country road last night. So it's 3 different calls that came in.
Can you expound on that oil spill?
Let's see. Who called that in? Let me check my notes real quick. Jimmy Sanders called it in.
And you would know that Jimmy Sanders is an old buddy of yours, maybe even a relative, not sure. And he is like kind of an old hippie. And he is the manager of Subtropolis, the sub shop downtown.
Jimmy Sanders called that in at like 4 a.m. last night, and yeah, he said there was an oil spill out there in the country roads.
Where's that house at?
What house?
The house.
The abandoned house with the door swinging open and the mail piling up.
It's on the south side of the old neighborhood, which is in the southwest part of town.
I'm gonna go check out that house. Anybody want to come with me, or should we just all get this all taken care of separately?
Also, I think there were a few things you wanted to check when you
Yeah, do
came
we have
in.
our
So you've got those 3
results yet?
things that came in, and then you know that Julie Maxwell is gone. She's no longer with us.
Has the chief come in today?
No, she hasn't come in. I tried calling her a couple times. It went straight to voicemail.
I really got
Should
her
probably hit up
present.
her home.
Do you guys like that I'm going to be a constant character in this game and I sound like this?
I'm excited.
Well, you're better than Ray.
What were you wanting to find out today? I forgot.
If we got any hits on the fingerprints or the hair.
Autopsy or anything.
Or the autopsy.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this in order. Nothing came back on the fingerprints. This one is in zero databases. The hair, also nothing came back DNA-wise, not in any databases. The autopsy report came in and...
She's dead.
She is dead. She died from blunt trauma,
Hell yeah, dude. Smoke weed.
which is one way... Oh, my God. Which is... I was going to say another way to say face smashing.
Do you guys want to smoke weed?
Yes, it was blunt trauma and...
Hell yeah, dude.
Blunt trauma would actually be a pretty fucking great, like, stoner metal or
Yes.
stoner hip hop.
Yeah, right.
On the autopsy report, yeah, she died from blunt trauma.
Hell yeah.
But also, she had a brand on her back that her skin was branded, and it said, "This is a fool," in all capital letters.
Whoa.
Clark on the phone is like, yikes.
And they can send
was
over
it
some
fresh?
pictures if you want.
Yeah, dude.
Was it a fresh brand?
It was a relatively fresh brand, like Adidas.
It's more fly than fresh.
So real quick, I'll give you the rundown one more time. Carrie Pages called and said that her dog is missing. Mildred Mitchell called and said that there was a house on the south side of the old neighborhood where the door is swinging open and mail is piling up. And who was the last guy?
John Sullivan, did you say his name?
Jimmy Sanders.
So close.
Jimmy Sanders called about an oil spill out southeast of town on Country Road.
I really want to go check this house out. Does anyone want to roll with me, or are you guys gonna go check out the?
Let's split up here because I know old Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the house because I don't know the councilwoman or Jimmy, so I'm gonna go to the house.
It would be best if we sent someone's pretty senior to the councilwoman.
The only thing I was going to say is that I think Clark would feel like a missing dog is way beneath him.
Well, that depends. Like in this town, do we get a call from like a council member and like step
Yeah, that's
two?
true. That's true. All right, yeah, I'll go to Carrie's.
Okay.
I'm going to the house.
Okay.
Drew, what kind of dimensions? What oil spill?
He called at 4 a.m. and he said there was an oil spill.
What time is it now?
It is 8:30 in the morning.
Were you here all night, Drew?
I always have my phone on and I take all the messages.
You're a good man, buddy. Not like Ray.
Thank you.
Lazy son of a bitch.
It's getting a little weird. I feel like we might be dealing with some sort of cult here.
It seems like we've got a hillbilly murder cult.
favorite
Something's
kind.
driving the dogs crazy, and faces are
Whose
face is safe.
whose dog got stolen, or whose dog is missing?
It's Carrie Pages.
Carrie Pages.
Pages.
Of Pages fame.
She's the owner of Pages,
Which one?
the restaurant.
Who owns the bookstore?
Stephen Pages.
Are they related?
Cousins.
Yeah, okay, cool.
No.
No.
Hell yeah.
Drowning out
What's up, my sugar babies? It's your sugar daddy, Wolf the dog. And I'm here to let y'all know that you can support this show and help it grow with some of that hard-earned dough over at patreon.com/pretendingpod. Links in the show notes. Thanks for listening, my sugary sweet babies.